Good morning. Thanks for joining us on the Mopar Insiders YouTube channel. Today is day 1 of 4 of our Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk road trip. So we are driving from my home in the suburbs of Vancouver, British Columbia, all the way to Toronto, Ontario. And the reason we're doing that is we're going to our friend's private track rental, and we're going to be racing the Trackhawk there all day on Sunday the 22nd. So we've already had the Trackhawk out to the track once, and I was running 1190s, and I've done a bunch of research since then, and I realized one of the things I was doing wrong was using launch control at the track. Now, launch control is good for the street. It's good for, you know, it just holds your RPMs at a certain level and goes, but there's a lot of other factors with that as well. So one of them was that the track prep wasn't that great that night, and of course this thing is, you know, just on the factory street tires, the Pirellis. So I got a little ahead of myself and was just all excited about, oh yeah, all-wheel drive, whatever, just punch it and go. These Trackhawks, they've got so much power and so much torque, you do still have to drive them, so they don't just hook and go, you're going to get some spin as well. So I was on the Trackhawk forums, I was reading some stuff, and there's a lot of guys on there that have laid down some really impressive numbers in these things, but the one constant seemed to be that these guys weren't using launch control at the track. They're either leaving off idle or just a light foot brake and going. So of course one of the ways the launch control works is you put one foot on the brake and you floor the throttle. When you let off the brake, of course the throttle's floored, so you can't modulate your throttle or anything, right? So when you don't have a surface that the vehicle's going to hook up on, you're just not doing yourself any favors. If you foot brake it or leave off idle, you can roll into the throttle while keeping traction and put down a better time. So that's what we're going to do at this event. I'm looking to get 1150s out of it. I'm pretty confident that I can do that based on the results a lot of other Trackhawk owners have had. So today we're driving from Vancouver, British Columbia to Medicine Hat, Alberta. It's about a 12-13 hour drive, about almost 1,300 kilometers. So we're out on the road now. It is a disgusting Vancouver morning, rainy, traffic, there's accidents everywhere, so we're just out here on the highway now, on our way. We've already done an oil change on the Trackhawk before we went to the track last, and I've also got another camera right here that's taking a time-lapse video of the trip for you guys. So I'm going to include a bit of a time-lapse in every upload. We're going to be doing pretty much daily uploads along this trip, so it's always just going to be a day behind. When I get to the hotel, edit the video, and schedule it on YouTube for the next day. So you guys are going to be pretty close to real time here, as long as the trip goes. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to keep these videos as exciting as I can. There's nothing really super exciting about 50 hours of highway driving, but we'll see what we can do. Alright guys, so we're a couple hours in now. We're just driving over the Coquihalla Highway, which has been made famous by the TV show Highway Through Hell. So far, I'm really impressed with the Jeep. It's super comfortable and just really relaxing to drive on the highway. I've had the adaptive cruise set the whole time and haven't really had to touch the gas or the brake or anything. One thing I will say is the adaptive cruise in the Grand Cherokees is a lot more advanced than the adaptive cruise in the Challenger. So in the Challenger it worked, but it wasn't that great. It would slam on the brakes. It doesn't see cars as far ahead as it does in the Grand Cherokee. And if you dropped below, I believe it's 15 miles an hour, it would just cut out, where the Grand Cherokee also has stop and go, so it'll actually bring the vehicle to a complete stop if traffic stops in front of you, and if they're not stopped for too long, it will pick up and where it left off with. But that brings me to my next point. I know that some of you guys are a little disappointed that the 1320 is gone and you like the 1320 content, and I totally get that. There's a couple other channels that are putting out some great 1320 content as well. One is Demon Jr. 1320. Super good guy. He's actually the guy that gave me the tips that got my 1320 into the 11s. So it's worth checking him out. And another channel is Destroyer 1320, and he's uploading very regularly with a bunch of different videos on the 1320 and even just drag racing stuff in general. He just did a video about DA, or density altitude, and how it affects your times and why. So that's actually a really interesting video if you guys don't know about DA too much, and that's definitely worth checking out. So I'm going to drop a link to both channels in the description below, and if you guys want to see some 1320 content, I mean, check them out for sure. We're going to move forward with the Trackhawk stuff. I've got a lot of stuff coming with the Trackhawk. We've already got some mods planned that should put us around 800 wheel horsepower. Just some real minor stuff to start off with. So I'm really looking forward to where this is going to go. But for you guys that are really, really into the 1320 stuff, make sure you check those guys out for sure. Okay, so we're finally out of the rain. A little bit of sunshine here. We've been on the road for about 5 hours, just driving through Shuswap Lake area right now in British Columbia. We've got about 9 hours to our destination tonight in Medicine Hat, Alberta. And so far we're averaging about 12.5 liters per 100 kilometers, or about 18 miles per gallon, which is actually a mile per gallon better than the Trackhawk's rated at on the highway. So that's nice. I'm not going to complain about that. Shortly we're going to be driving through Banff, which is one of my favorite places to drive through. It's absolutely beautiful. So we'll make sure you guys get to see that on the time lapse there. But yeah, nothing too exciting right now, so I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. So it is just about 5 p.m. We're just getting into Golden, British Columbia, which is basically right on the BC-Alberta border. We've got about 430 kilometers on this tank, and the display is showing 11.9 liters per 100 kilometers, which, if that's true, that's unreal, because we've been going through a mountain pass for the past few hours. It probably has helped, though. There's been some low speed limits and like 100 kilometers of just construction zones and stuff like that. So I'm glad we're finally past all that. We should be able to start making some really good time now. I'm going to fill the Jeep up here in Golden, and I'm going to hand calculate our miles per gallon, and I'm going to give it to you in liters per 100 kilometers and miles per gallon to see how we're doing. So check in with you guys after we fill up. Okay, so our distance on that tank was 441.7 kilometers. It says 441.8 right now just because I moved it away from the pump. So it took 55.05 liters at $1.57 a liter, so 86 bucks from 3/4 of a tank or so. And I calculated it out. So the display was showing 11.9. That was a little optimistic. So upon hand calculating it, we're at 12.46 liters per 100 kilometers, which works out to 18.87 miles per gallon, which in my opinion is not too bad considering that's going through mountain passes. That was just, you know, with the cruise control set, cruise control on, and the eco button on. So tomorrow is going to be a lot of flat driving, so we should be able to do better than that. But that's it for this tank, and we'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so it's just after midnight. I'm about 5 minutes from my hotel. I'm going to get checked in, get this video edited, get it uploaded for you guys for tomorrow. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, kind of a boring video because it's just a road trip, but I thought the time-lapse thing would be kind of cool because then you guys can feel like you're on the road trip too. So anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.